Hello. I hope you can all hear me just fine. I don't know what else to say, so I'm just gonna get into it. But first, I think I'm just gonna change out the S tier to G. There we go. And let's get started. Okay, so I'm thinking that I think nobody's gonna complain about this one going all the way to the top. Cliched? Sure, but hey, I think it is so for a very good reason. And just excuse me for a second. Just have to do something real quick, and there we go. Um, hi there, Mr. Doctor Hamster and Mr. Pig. Okay, let's see. Godzilla raids again. Ooh, unfortunately, I think this is definitely going in D tier. Yeah, that one was just boring. Or King Kong versus Godzilla. That was definitely going in. I'm not sure whether it should be in A or B because this is a tough one. Um, you, you know what? Let's just put it in high B for now. Moving on to Godzilla versus Mothra, or damn, I keep getting confused about these titles. So it was Mothra versus Godzilla on this one. Yes, that's what I think it was. This one, this one is definitely. I think overall it's better than King Kong versus Godzilla, but on the other hand, I do think it kind of drags a bit at the end. But overall, I do think it's fun. Now, Ghidorah's three-headed monster, however, now we're talking. This one is definitely A. Now, and now, really, it might seem strange, but like, I think one of the things this one actually does better than most of the older movies, and even a few of the newer ones, is pacing. Like, I don't know what it is specifically about this one in particular, but it just feels like it has the perfect pace to it. Like, it's not too short, but also not too long at the same time, which is genuinely impressive to me. And I think like the whole story about like the Venusian princess, I think being trapped in the soul of the Earth princess in that fictional country was, while it was weird, it was weirdly engaging. But moving on, Attack of the Astro Monster, I think it was called. This one's kind of a. I think this one goes in C. I I definitely think that was a bit of a step back a little bit there. But anyway, and yeah, I think Godzilla vs. Ebirah is kind of similar as well. Well, but I do think that one's overall a bit more enjoyable. Okay, now Son of Godzilla, on the other hand, that's this is something special, and I'm being completely genuine here. So this one is do A tier. I I don't know whether or not this counts as a hot take, since from what I understand, this one right here is the Marmite of the entire franchise. As in, it seems to me at least that people either love or really hate it. And I personally really like it. Like, it's just so cheesy and sappy, but by God, is it sincere. And I get, and that, man, that goddamn scene in the snow always brings a tear to the eye. Okay, I believe that one was Destroy All Monsters. Yeah, I think this one's also going in A tier. I didn't think that's Ghidorah that's three-headed monster, but overall, if you watch the entire show as in chronological order, then I think I think this is a pretty damn satisfying finale. Now, all monsters attack. Hoo boy! But you can't wait to see where this one's on. And I am going to lose quite a bit of credibility, but I think it goes on like the back of E tier. And like, I know, but like, it's not even like that bad, honestly. Like, yeah, is it dumb that it takes place in a kid's dream? But yeah, but like, I don't know. I don't know why, but for some reason, I still got invested in the plot. Like, I know it sounds completely backwards, but I don't know what I don't know. The way it was executed was perfectly fine to me, but I don't know. I should probably just move on before I lose more credibility. But ooh, Godzilla vs. Hedorah. This one's definitely tier. This one along with like three-eyed monster, definitely, and like the first one obviously, definitely my favorites like from like the original series. Godzilla vs. Gigan is I think it's kind of either B or C me personally. Like um where do I place it? Hmm. I think I'll just put it on mid C right behind Ibira at before Invasion of the Astro Monster. Yeah, that's it. That's the title. Godzilla vs. Gigan now. Oh boy, this movie was something, alright. And it's going all the way to G tier. Like, I am not kidding when I say that this movie is one of the funniest I have ever seen in my life, man. Like me and my cousin, we could barely hold our breath with this one. So purely for that alone, it has to be. It goes right all the way up here. Now, Godzilla versus Godzilla. Hmm. I think this one will kind of can goes in B for me. Like I think it's overall fine, but I think it does drag in some places like a lot of these movies. But at the same time though, I don't dislike it. And hey, it is this the one that that I made my first video around this channel, like the English cover of Mia Rabi's Prayer. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that in advance. Now, Terror of Mechagodzilla is interesting because I think this one for me actually goes up in A for me because man, I was not expecting it to be as dark as it is, and like holy shit, did I feel bad for Titanosaurus by the end of this? Like you would not believe it. Now, in 1985 or Return of Godzilla, depending on your preference, this one's also kind of has some pretty bad pacing issues, but at the same time, though, it is it is also pretty good. So I think I don't know. I'm kind of also conflicted about putting it in like the top of B tier, but or at the very end of A tier. This is not an easy one for me, I gotta say. Hmm. You know what? Yeah, I think it just belongs here. Let's put it there for now. Godzilla vs. Biolante. Def A, just a solid A. Yeah, I really like this one. I mean, I can't like in good conscience up there like G, but man, I don't know. Like though, oh, wait, I think I know why. The only reason that I'm not putting this movie all the way in tier is purely because of that one deleted scene. Like for those who don't know, there was like a deleted scene where after Godzilla first fights Biolante, he she erupts into this giant cloud of sport, and it's this really like sad and beautiful scene where flowers form, and Godzilla actually seems really sad. And like I know it sounds silly when I say it, but I definitely recommend watching it on YouTube if you get the chance, because damn, that's that's not bring a tear to the eye. But overall, definitely one of my favorites of the Heisei era. Likewise with Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. This one's also in a solid. I will admit though, this one kind of does fall apart with like the whole time travel bit. Though at the same time, I don't think I'm gonna go over it because you can kind of do the same with every time travel story ever made. Period. So we're just gonna move on. I believe this is Godzilla versus Mothra. This one's also an A. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it definitely in the lower end, but still definitely an A. Now, Terror of Mechagodzilla is. Yeah, I think this one's also. I think I'd also put in A, but at the same time, though, I'm trying to actually like remember like what exactly that happened, other than like Fire Rodan merges with Godzilla to give him that power boost. So hey, hey, you know what? Let's put it here too. Godzilla versus Space Godzilla. I think this one's like okay. Like I think I, I think this one also kind of goes to like the very bottom of A or the near at the or near the top of A. I mean B. God damn it. Okay. Yeah, let's just. Yeah, I think I'll just put it here, right there. Okay. Godzilla vs. Destroyer, though. That one's definitely a G tier movie in my eyes. Oh, ooh, okay. This is one I'm really curious about because confession time. This was genuinely my first Godzilla movie ever. Period. Like this, what right here was my exposure to the entire franchise. My gateway drug, all thanks to my dad. And honestly, I was very curious to see what I was gonna rewatch, what I was gonna think when I rewatched it. And I think it's not bad actually, which appears to be the consensus these days. Though I think it's still overall a solid B. Like I think this is actually like the best of all like the B tier movies. And though I will admit though I do agree that like the animated series is definitely better. And while it's probably just a hopeless pipe dream, I do kind of hope that we get like a Godzilla '98 sequel series like X-Men '97. That'd be a dream come true for me. Okay, Godzilla 2000. Hmm, interesting. This one's interesting to me because while it is also one of the more slower paced ones, I don't think it drags, and I think this one also is like an A tier. Okay, now surprisingly, I really enjoy Godzilla vs. Megaguirus. This one's also definitely in the higher echelon of A tier movies for me. Like, I'm not sure. I think this is also one where like the pacing felt just right. Like, wasn't too long, wasn't too short either, but it was just the right amount, and it was also entertaining enough enough to warrant it. Now, Giant Monsters Alert. I think is this one's also one I would. Yeah, I think this is also one that's like the bottom of A for me. And okay, so okay, I forgot. Damn it, just gonna fact check this one. God damn, I should have had some water before this. Right, Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. Gotcha. This one is also a solid A. I think all right. I think Akane Ishiru. At least I hope that's what her name is. Yes, that's it. Yes, I got it right. Akane Ishiru. Yeah, while I might not make it sound like that, I think she is genuinely one of like the best human characters in the entire series. Like like it's on and like it's so sad that not more of them are just like compelling, but I don't know. At the same time though, I'm glad she exists. Godzilla Tokyo SOS. I sadly saw was a bit of a grade from the previous one, so I think I'm gonna put it in A. Like, funnily enough, both me and my cousin saw that was a shame that Akane wasn't also the main character of this movie. I feel like would have really helped it out. Hmm. Now, Final Wars. Now this is definitely going at the very top of A tier. I really love this one. It's, it's generally like Godzilla versus Megalon, but with an edgy 2000s aesthetic, and like it is just so much fun. Damn it! But at the same time, though, one thing I will highlight is that they actually bothered to like come up with a realistic reason as to why the characters would want to reawaken Godzilla in the first place, which I generally would not expect from a movie like this, but I still have to give them props for that. So the only thing that would have like bumped it up into G tier would be if they had included Jet Jaguar in it. That's it. Okay, the first MonsterVerse one. Hmm. I have a pretty interesting relationship with this movie. If well, then we agree on that one, Doctor Hamster and Mr. Pig. Like I said, I had a very interesting relationship with this movie in particular because I think this is like the second one I ever watched, and I was actually very curious what I was going to think about it upon my rewatch since I had not watched it for like 10 years since it had come out, and I have to say I was actually surprised it's actually kind of better than I was expecting. Like I think it's definitely like an A tier movie. So I think I would put it like around here ish. Like I do think it has. I think it's just a tiny bit too long. Like not by much, but still, I feel like it could have been like 5 or 10 minutes shorter, and then would have been perfect. And like like everybody likes to bring up killing of Bryan Cranston's character, which I do agree with, but at the same time, though, everybody's brought it up already, so I don't really need to add much. Hmm, good, good for you. All right, Shin Godzilla. This one's okay. This one's also the only reason this one's not G tier is because I feel like it was just a tiny bit too long. Like I know that sounds stupid, but I think if it was just 5 minutes shorter, it'd easily be G tier. And like I get that's the point with like whole commentary about like the bureaucracy of Japan and whatnot, but still, I feel like it could have still been 5 minutes shorter. But other than that, it was pretty awesome. Okay, the Earth trilogy. Now, now, now I want to preface this. I'm not somebody who like gives who's a contrarian purely for like the sake of it. Like if like I'm, uh, damn it, sorry. What I what I'm trying to say is that if I like something that's not popular, it's because I generally feel that way. And likewise, if I like something that's unpopular, and I think I might be like one of the biggest Earth Wars trilogy Defenders, and it's not like I think they're perfect, but at the same time, though, I do kind of have to admit, like trying and admittedly somewhat failing and going in a new direction. But honestly, after rewatching all three of them since they had come out, I think they're definitely like lower A tier or maybe high B tier. Because honestly, I do agree that like the romance between the main characters is like one of the worst and most undeveloped things I've ever seen. But like other than that, I was really invested still. Like I don't know if that says something about me. Okay, now Godzilla 2 King of the Monsters. Okay, I think that was a bit tricky, but I think this is also kind of goes in like hmm. Okay, it's like high B. Like that's about as high as I'm willing to go for because upon rewatch, I didn't quite enjoy it as much as I did when I watched it when it came out in all the way back in 2019, which is 6 years ago. Jesus Christ! But even so, I think its biggest problem is that it's lack of like build up. Like I think one thing that Ghidorah the Three Header did really good was build up. Like I got me genuinely excited to see Ghidorah show up. Well, this one it just kind of happens happens a little too fast, and I also feel like the Oxygen Destroyer kind of came out of nowhere. But at the same time, though, if this will lead to like MonsterVerse Destroyer, then I am willing to for, forgive all of that. Godzilla vs Kong is definitely A tier for me. I think this one definitely goes like I think here. No wait, here. Yes, that's it. This is where this is just the right placement for me. Like this is one that feels like it had just the right amount of like human and like monster screen time. Yeah, I guess I can. I guess I do kind of agree with that. Like, I think that was my mindset too when walking into the movie, and and also like this movie, like I think it's pretty much solidified my the MonsterVerse Kong as my favorite take on the character, tied with Peter Jackson, and like the actual fight between the two is amazing. Like, there's all this really I mean, it's got 5 million views, so most people have probably already seen it. But like, this is really cool edit where like this guy like he edits in different roars from like different versions of both, and it just works so beautifully. I will say though, like still to this day, my only real knock against this movie is that it just kind of throws in Dr. Sarasawa's son with like zero fanfare and like he just dies. And like a lot of people have to ask, what was the point of him even being there? So I don't know if that's true, but I think remember there being rumors of like deleted scenes. Though how true it is, I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. Well, I believe that singular point, Monarch. Okay, just to be clear, I'm only counting like the last two movies here. I'm not counting the TV shows for now. Minus one though, G tier without question. Like like this thing is a cinema experience I will truly never forget. Like at the final battle, with Godzilla at sea, like the moment where he charges up his atomic breath, the theater was just so damn silent. Like, I'm not exaggerating when I say that you could genuinely hear a needle drop in that theater. Like, holy shit. And GXK, hmm, kind of belongs here, kind of. Like, I definitely enjoyed myself, but at the same time though, I'd be lying if I said it was like the strongest narrative. Like, and I don't know if this is the only thing that kind of confuses me, for lack of a better word, but it seems a bit strange to me that like Legendary would just kill off two of its original titans, considering that they don't need to pay licensing fees to use them. So unless they're planning to like use more Toa monsters, like Space Godzilla is rumored to be in Supernova, then that just seems a bit confusing to me. But anyway, I know it's a bit short for a live stream, but hopefully you guys liked it. And I don't know if I'm gonna like do another stream at some point, but yeah, you never know. Until then, hey, thanks for watching, and until next time. And happy holidays, and while it is premature, happy New Year.